Hello, everybody.
Hello, our people, to our people.
Yes, hello. Welcome to episode 11.
My goodness, 11 episodes.
I feel like it's already been official for a while, but now it feels like official.
Yeah. During our little break there, you mentioned that we're in double digits. And something about that just makes it feel like, yeah.
No, seriously, we have a responsibility.
And now we feel professional about this.
Yes.
So, if you want tips on how to podcast, please reach out to me.
Here are the top 10 tips.
Yeah, if you have tips, please, I could use them. Not her, but I could use them.
No, it's all fun. We're all friends here. Well, thank you for joining us.
We appreciate you all spending some time with us, and especially to all of you that have subscribed already. If you haven't already, subscribe, follow along where you listen to podcasts. Hit that alert button that lets you know when we get new ones and everything. Although we do release an episode every Monday, so
every Muppet Monday.
you kind of already know when they're coming.
Right.
But still
doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Two quick notes that I thought would be good to mention. One, we had our winner from last episode.
Yes.
Arthur, we want to say congratulations to him.
Yeah, congrats, Arthur, and everybody who entered. You still have a chance to win on episode 20 and 30 and so on.
Yeah, so be listening for that and keep subscribing, everybody. As you subscribe, your name goes into the pirate hut. And hopefully you will not have to walk the plank to... I lost my metaphor. Look, we appreciate you all doing that. And also wanted to let you know that in a couple of episodes at the end of the month here, we have a very special episode coming up.
Yes, a very special collab Halloween-themed episode with Puppet Masters of None. So that will be our 14th episode, so keep staying tuned for that.
Shout out to the boys over there. Be sure to like and subscribe to their stuff and follow along to what they're doing because it is just wonderful. It's just fun.
Super awesome.
And they're very good at what they're doing too.
Yeah,
and know a lot about this subject. We got to do this again with them sometime.
I know,
that was a lot of fun.
I was talking to Will, and we were talking about having them on our podcast so they can tune in on all of the fun stuff.
Oh, we have to do that. We'll have a special episode like that. They're looking forward to it.
Most definitely. Well,
I think
I get to.
Yes, you get to.
You know what we didn't do last episode? We didn't list the Muppets.
I knew there was something we were forgetting.
Yeah.
Behind the curtain look, we've got a busy month. Well, some of us more busy than others in this month. So we really wanted to get these episodes in to be able to make sure that we're hitting our mark every Monday with our episodes.
We want to deliver.
So we got a little rushed in that last one.
I actually think when this episode airs, I think it'll be the week of my wedding.
Wow. Yeah.
I think.
It will. No, I'm almost positive.
Yeah.
Woo. That is crazy.
Woo.
That is crazy. That is something.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But it's exciting.
It is exciting.
It's very exciting.
Very excited.
It's going to be very cool.
Yeah.
A little, whoa.
I know. It's a little surreal. I gotta come back to Earth and
You can go along. You have both feelings. That's
You can do
both.
Yes, I can. And yes, I will. Okay, let's try to list the Muppets
Let's move on.
before we get another one. Okay, so I've just adopted doing this since you opted out.
You do not want to trust my memory. You don't want to trust my brain.
You can count them, baby.
These are supposed to be half-an-hour episodes. And we would be here for,
Right.
Who's the third one? Who was that? It was the furry guy. They're all furry.
That narrows it down. Okay, I'll try my best. So our first one was Marvin Suggs.
Yeah.
And then we had Animal. And then we had Lips. Which, quick side note, I started watching Electric Mayhem a few weeks ago, and I wish I would have watched it before we did Lips, because I think Lips is one of my favorite Muppets now.
Oh, cool.
I love him so much.
That's awesome. That is great.
I might have changed some of my answers then if I would have watched it beforehand.
I gotta go watch it now.
It's so good.
That's cool.
The premise is really cute, and I just love how they get more of a deep dive into the characters themselves.
See, that's what you love about these side shows, is you're able to do that.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
Well, okay, back on track. So, Lips and Sweetums, Ralph, Beaker, Zoot. Check me.
I'm just checking. So,
and then we had the Muppet movie and Gonzo.
Yeah.
And Clifford.
Yes.
Woo!
Nicely done. Dang, that was good. We would still be here if I was doing this.
I guess it's a little easier for me, doing the editing and stuff. I'm refreshed with it more often, but
still.
But thank you, yeah.
And it's a good memory test.
It
That's
is,
good.
yes.
That's good. And we've had so much fun with every one of these so far.
Yeah.
These have been great.
A lot of fun. Well, okay, now we can start,
Yeah.
and I think I pick out of the
Mhm.
fact and quote
Yeah.
out this time.
We had a Jim Henson quote last time.
Yes.
And
And
since, we're on even numbers. We're even with facts and quotes, unless somebody wants to tell us different.
I think that's just gonna be the running thing,
Yeah.
no matter what.
It's good
And we're
running gag.
even.
The Muppets are known for their running gags, so I mean,
That's
this fits.
true, yeah.
We should have a couple of
Good
those.
breaking of the fourth wall. And we have a fact, so that
Oh.
means that they're even.
They're even.
A fun tidbit about the special celebrity guests that came on the Muppet Show is that they were able to request to be in a scene with their favorite Muppet. Coming in first for most requests was Miss Piggy, and following close behind was Animal.
Oh wow! Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
That's super fun.
That is an amazing fact.
Yeah,
I
that's
have-
super fun.
I have wondered that my whole
Oh,
life.
really?
I think.
Yeah.
Because usually, one of the, at least as a kid, I remember, or not even as a kid, just in general, I remember a lot of the times that they would have guests on. It wasn't like you're watching a late night talk show. You're gonna have said actor on because said actor has a movie coming out
Sure.
or something to
Yeah,
promote or
topical.
something like that. Yeah, yeah. A lot of the people that showed up on the Muppet Show just showed up, just were on there. They were a name, you knew who they were, but they weren't promoting something necessarily or anything. So I could see how there could be that window to be able to not only have them on, but have them on whenever. You know, you're gonna have a lot of the bigger names that they've had. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
I like that one.
So if you were a guest on the Muppet Show, I feel like I already know the answer, but who would, besides Gonzo? who would
Yeah, I
be
think that's a
your-
good way to do it. Beside Gonzo, so I.
There's a lot to choose from.
There is.
And then it also kind of plays into what kind of scene you're gonna have too.
It's funny you said that because I don't know if it was my first thought, but just to keep this moving, I like the idea because as much as I feel a kinship and a literal relation to Gonzo, to be fair, my whole life I have been the normal guy. I have not so much in here, but the way I've come across, I tend to be
I know who
serious.
you're talking
I tend to be a little serious, so I think I would like to, especially in the job that I'm in at the radio station that I work at. I think doing a news broadcast with
my
Marvin, or not Marvin, Sam the Eagle.
Like an SNL news.
Yeah, I like him and I doing a news broadcast
man,
segment
that's
together
good.
or something like that. I think
I
that'd be
like
fun.
that.
And dueling, Sam the Eagles almost.
That's
I'm
so
normal.
fun.
No, I'm more normal than you are. No, I'm more normal. I like the idea of that. I think that'd
I
be
love
fun.
that. That would be an amazing segment.
I would like to do a cooking segment with the Swedish chef.
Of course.
I think
Yeah.
that would be a lot of fun. It's a good one. It's a good one. How about you?
Well, my first instinct is to pick Kermit, of course,
Yeah,
but to
yeah.
be a little outside of my Muppet comfort zone. I think that it would be really fun to do one with Ralph, and we would do a spin of Who's on first.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
I think that for one, Fozzie would be really hurt that he wasn't invited because he would like to do that.
Actually, that would make more sense.
Well, but no, I like Ralph. Ralph is good. Ralph has got
Maybe
good
Ralph can be playing piano in the background. And
Ralph's
me and
got good
Fozzie.
comedic timing though. I can see Ralph.
He does, yeah, he's
One would
very
work.
funny.
But I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. That's a good answer.
Thank you. Yeah, well, that's a really fun
That was a
fact.
fun one.
Yeah.
That's it. And I am such a sucker for random facts. That
Yes.
is never going to leave this brain. I may not remember all the Muppets we did. I forget that one. Thank you.
Wow, you have the honor.
Well, the last time I got to do this, I was completely floored by it. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of spoiled a little bit here. Let's see what we got.
Oh, what is it?
Waka waka waka, everybody.
I have some of the board! You can't find
That's
this
awesome.
stuff.
That's awesome. Oh, that's great.
Oh my gosh,
you can't
it's
plan this
fuzzy.
guy. I love that so much. I didn't even see that when I
Oh
walked
my
in.
gosh,
Oh,
I
that
try
was
to do
perfect.
something Muppety every time.
Yeah, I
we
notice you do
record.
stuff, but I usually catch it as I'm leaving.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I forgot to look, and I see
Yeah.
you right there. Wow, that is perfect.
I feel like that's another thank you to Jim.
Yeah, thank
Thanks,
you, Jim.
Jim.
Thank you. We
Oh
appreciate
my
you.
gosh, how fun. I'm so excited
Whew,
for this.
yeah, this is a good one.
Oh, we just mentioned him. How funny is that?
quick story. I move out here and out to Wisconsin from where I was in Chicago, and
You can tell you're not from Wisconsin.
I was. There's so many tells. There's so many tells.
Not to poke fun at you.
No, it's funny. When I have never been good at making friends, and one of the things that helped me was I was really fast and I was athletic. I didn't mind playing sports. I didn't mind getting hit and all those things. So, you know, as guys and you're in grade school, that you get picked for teams and stuff. But I was as scrawny as it gets. And especially when we played football, I'd take some hits from some of these farm boys out here and stuff, you know, they'd hit. Some of these kids would you know, it would be more vicious and more ill-intended than maybe the play called for. But my dad was always a big idea, never let him see you sweat, never let him see you. So I remember taking this hit from this kid, and I think it was in intramurals, or it might have been whenever it was, my first instinct was, okay, I gotta get up, and I can't let him know that the hit bothered me. I stand up, and I don't know why, but for some reason I'm like, waka waka!
No way!
And everybody just laughed. Everybody just started. I didn't have much trouble making friends after that for some reason. I don't know. I really think Fozzie Bear helped me a little bit get over with some of the guys around here.
That's
funny.
Really funny.
I don't know why I said I don't know why, but
oh my God.
I will say, early in those early creative days for me in like 6th grade and stuff, a lot of my biggest influences, including my biggest influence, Rob Williams, they weren't just actors, they were stand-up comedians.
Yes.
And if not stand-up comedians first, before being actors or anything else, even though Rob went to Juilliard and everything.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he's a Juilliard graduate, yeah.
Wow.
It's funny how, I don't know if enough people have just dug even a little bit into Rob Williams, and you will see just everything we think we give him credit for, how talented he was, and there's so many more layers to his depth.
Well, even just looking at his more serious roles, like What Dreams May Come, that movie alone, like his emotional acting skills in that makes complete sense.
There's I've seen everything that he's done. I've studied it, and I'm going to the theater to go see Good Will Hunting, and you know I want to see him and stuff.
In theaters?
Yeah.
Lucky.
It was a good movie. Good movie.
Yeah.
So there's a scene in there where he gives this monologue, and he hasn't done anything like it before in any other movie or any other thing I've ever seen him in, a TV show, anything else. He had so many layers to him that he never even got to show. Like there was a lot. We saw towards the end of his career him getting to do darker roles. 1 Hour Photo is one of the most disturbing films you will ever watch, and he don't hurt anybody. I mean, spoiler. It's his range is all over the place. This is not the Rob Williams podcast. I'm going to get going if we keep talking.
Right, that's our second podcast.
But to me, Fozzie was obviously he's the stand-up comedian. That's kind of his job, his presence. But he's not good at it. He's not that great at it.
And you want him to be so good.
Yes.
He's like that The Room, that like famous one with that actor who just wanted it so bad.
Yes.
Maybe not to that extent because Fozzie
not as
is
empathetic
funny.
maybe, but I know what you're saying. The Fozzie's that one of those guys, like maybe some of the other Muppets, but maybe more than any other Muppet, that one that you do root for.
Yeah.
I don't even think Kermit you have that pull towards as much. Kermit, even when bad things happen to Kermit, or my favorite thing about Kermit, the frown, when Kermit does the frown face.
Too.
Oh, I love that. Even in those moments, you know Kermit's going to be okay.
Yeah,
Kermit just has that demeanor, he has that attitude to him, and I think even that presence in our brain that he's always that frog that was on the swamp, on the lily pad.
Yeah.
He could always go back to that. He'll always be okay.
Right. He never really loses sight of his roots.
Fozzie you worry about. And
because sorry, keep cutting you
no,
off.
you worry about him. You rooting for him. You want him to succeed.
All right. Well, even in you did see the Muppet movie with Jason Segel.
Mm-hmm.
There's another mention of Jason.
Yeah. Jason, reach out.
Friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast.
Even in that one, when they're trying to gather the Muppets again, Fozzie's in some like off hole-in-the-wall production of the Muppets that he had to like beg to be on.
Yeah.
And he is
so bad.
his dressing room is in the alley and there's
alley.
crime around. So you have to worry about him.
You do. You literally have to.
He always means well, but
Yeah. In 6th grade, we had a talent show, and I did a stand-up comedy bit.
Really?
And
That's great.
I had the idea of, I'm gonna start out with 2 bad jokes, and then because Fozzie always had the lettuce and the things thrown at him, I thought, I'm gonna tell these bad jokes, and I'm gonna say to the audience, what are you gonna do? You got nothing to throw at me, and I'm gonna grab some vegetables and some lettuce, and I'm gonna here, you can throw this at me or whatever. Not thinking, being a 6th grader, that these are other 6th graders and 5th graders, and they are gonna get these things and chuck them right back at me. I got in so much trouble.
I could imagine. Just like leaves of lettuce.
I'm walking into the principal's office, and it's bad when they can't even say it. They're just shaking their head. They're just looking at you
Oh my gosh.
what were you thinking? I was thinking I wanted to be like Fozzie. I was thinking I could, that it
now
would be
you have
funny.
a fabulous story to tell. That's really funny.
I think I came in 2nd or 3rd
Hey,
in
not
that
too
talent
bad.
test. Somewhere around there, so it wasn't bad. That Fozzie's the character that you root for. I think Fozzie's Fozzie Bear is almost the definition of nervous laughter. When you're in those moments, you gotta it's way too serious, or something like that. And he's such a you want to laugh kind of thing too. Like even if you don't feel like the joke is funny, you want so much. It's not really a true laugh, but you give it to him.
Yes, precisely. I think just like Sweetums, he's one of those Muppets that is always has the best intentions, even if maybe it doesn't completely play out. And he's like a caring Muppet as well, and very kind-hearted, and like good-natured.
For such a main and central character, I don't feel like we've ever really had a lot of this is a Fozzie episode, or this is a Fozzie movie, or something.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to have gotten necessarily his screen time that I would think with how famous and popular he is. But as I'm thinking about him, he doesn't have a whole lot of plot points. He doesn't have a whole lot of. He's a very integral character. I mean, gosh, in the first movie, he's the driver. But I don't think of him as having this one definitive scene or this one definitive
He's
plot.
a little bit of a mystery. Yeah, like we hear little snippets and bits, and we can maybe form some things together.
I think a side thing of Fozzie, like TV show or a movie with Fozzie as the main character would be really cool.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The only time I can think of that he is it's not even a main character, it's another side character, and it's not him as a Muppet, it's in the Christmas Carol when he's like Fozzie Wig, like the factory owner. Another thing I see him as is Kermit's like right-hand man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that was the first thing I thought of. And it makes sense going back to the TV show with the variety show kind of show inside a show kind of thing that the Muppet Show was. And you're going to need comedians. You're going to need so of course the MC, one of his friends would be a guy that he could always go to if chaos is happening. Fozzie, I need go out there and give me 5 minutes, something like that.
Stall.
All these things are based on real life and real life moments and stuff. So I could see that being a part of it. But I would drive Jim Henson crazy. I feel like if I got the chance to talk to him. Because there's so many questions inside questions that I have, and one of them has always been about Fozzie, and is he based on anybody?
Oh, interesting,
Because Jim but really spent a lot of time around writers, creatives, comedians, all that. I gotta think that he knew some stand-up comedians, and he knew, or maybe knew at least of some of it. And probably saw some struggles. Probably saw some people that. Maybe wanted to do it but weren't as good as they would hope to be or something.
Right. Maybe it's I'm gonna look way too deep into this, hence this podcast. But maybe he's also the embodiment of continuing to do something you love, even if you don't see results, because you're doing it because you love it.
Perseverance is in a number of Muppets, and I think he's one of the big ones, if not the biggest one.
Absolutely.
He just keeps going. He just keeps trying and putting himself out there, even though, unlike some of the other Muppets, like what we were saying with Kermit, where Kermit, you might see a little grief on his face, but his attitude is pretty positive. Even what he says is his tone. Fozzie, it's oh, you know, there's the moans and there's, you know, the sadness and everything.
Yeah.
You see a little bit more of the stress on his face and those things, which
Like,
is crazy to say
no.
when we're talking about Muppets, but that's how good they are at this.
Yeah.
That they can show those kind of emotions on a puppet.
Yeah,
And it's pretty amazing.
absolutely. Well, he's gonna be so fun to put in a
Oh
scenario.
yeah, oh yeah. I
Let's
cannot wait to see what this is.
This Muppet hat. Okay. All right, Fozzie, what are we doing? What do you think this Muppet would have been in a college setting?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Fozzie goes to college. That's his Muppet.
That's his movie. That's his movie. Fozzie
There's
goes
some
to
kind
college.
of like comedian college. There's rubber chickens everywhere.
If we were able to, because we don't like to give away the title, the name of the Muppet that we're doing.
We like to keep it a surprise.
If we were able to give that out, that's the title of the podcast.
Fozzie
Fozzie goes to college. That's the title. I would watch that movie every day.
Absolutely. It's the Muppet movie we've been waiting for.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like, let's say Kermit and Gonzo and Miss Piggy, everybody is sending Fozzie off to college.
Yeah.
And Fozzie's sitting there thinking about it. He's going to be the Van Wilder. He's going to have to go to Ryan Reynolds.
I knew what you were talking about.
No, he's going to be the, National Lampoon's kind of character. That's what Fozzie thinks. He's going to go there and be that.
He is the main character. Yeah.
And the kind of like prankster and the guy that plays the prank on the principal and that kind of thing. But he ends up being like the monitor, like the hall monitor, like that kind of thing. I
He's
feel
the
like
RA
that's
for the
yeah.
floor.
All right, thank you. I couldn't think of it. I think that he ends up doing that. So that's what because he would make I could see him being an RA. I could see him being a good RA actually.
Yeah, I feel really bad for like the. Have you seen Monsters University?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like it would be one of those scenarios where he's kind of like Mike Wazowski. He's
Nice.
going in, he's like,
Yes.
I'm gonna be in like the top fraternity and everything, and then he ends up being in those smaller ones.
Yeah.
But it's good.
It's still good. And
Yeah.
Was it in there about what he would study?
I think it's like
Okay,
implied
it's just
a little
kind
bit.
of thinking about it because I think that
So if it's like a comedy college, maybe he majors in stand-up.
yes, yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say. Maybe with a minor in punchlines.
That's amazing. That's really good.
I think that was something you struggled with. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
With an independent study in puns. We could go on.
I think we just started the new school.
I think so, yeah. That's too funny. But
Reach out to us if you'd like to be a professor.
Right? I don't know if there's in like a traditional college setting, if there's a major that I could like put him in, or maybe if his parents were like, Fozzie, you gotta go into like economics because you have to take over the family business.
Oh, I
or
like
something
that.
Like
I like
that.
the idea of Fozzie's parents being accountants,
Yeah.
like or something like something that's
really
completely
mellow.
yeah. You gotta they're history teachers.
Oh yeah.
So you gotta go into social studies.
Fozzie goes to college.
I love the idea.
I
God,
do
that's-
too. I really want it. I know they go to college in once again the Muppets Take Manhattan,
Yeah.
but we don't really see a whole lot. We just
Mhm.
see that like last big hurrah at the end.
This title, this podcast is going to have a fantastic title. You come up with some really good
Thank
stuff.
you. I tried.
But to the people that listen to the podcast and have heard it already, know that the real title of this podcast,
Fozzie goes to college.
that's the real title. That's
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
There's always a little bit of a sadness to the last
I
one.
know.
Do you feel that?
I
Sad?
do. Whenever one of us reaches for, I'm like, oh, it's coming to an end.
I noticed it while I was watching one of the episodes when this was happening. I think it was you were reaching over for it. I was getting a little like, oh.
I know. Fozzie's just he's just a fun-loving character.
Yeah.
And he's so easy to, I feel like a lot of them are easy to put into these scenarios because they are so independent and developed. Fozzie's just so much fun.
And I will say, if you were ever doing one of these and there's a character like Fozzie and one of these scenarios where you have a comment or something, please leave a comment. Leave in the
we would
comment
love to
section.
hear it.
We'd love to hear your take on these things, or what you would do, or what movie or what scenario or what Fozzie would do in college, or any of those things.
Oh, I have a question about Fozzie to ask you. So what's one of your favorite, like, movies or episodes that Fozzie is in, where it shows like a lot of good Fozzie moments to you?
Like a lot of things, it comes back to the Muppet Show for me.
Yeah.
And it was, if I remember right, it was Fozzie. They're backstage, and Fozzie like actually does something that was funny or something, and he was mad because he did it off stage or something like that. I think if I remember right, but God, it's so funny. If I'm remembering it right, it was so good.
I'm sure it's somewhere on YouTube.
It's somewhere out there, and it's somewhere up here. I can't catch it. It's somewhere in my mind, Allison. How about for you?
I think that the Moving Right Along song is just, it's too good not to bring up with Fozzie and Kermit. I think the Muppet movie has a lot of great Fozzie moments. The original Muppet movie.
Yeah, I just thought of something else. I'm about 20 minutes, half an hour away from Bree, and I was texted to let you know I'm on my way. And one of the things I like to do is send a GIF, and my favorite GIF, well, second favorite to send you, is the, you can't see it of course, but it's Kermit and Fozzie in the car, and they're just doing this. So that's pretty funny too. I just realized that we got Fozzie, and I sent Fozzie to you. That's pretty good. So that scene in particular is, if not the most iconic, one of the most iconic in the Muppets, and that one definitely comes to mind.
Yeah. Okay. Good Fozzie moments.
Yeah.
I love when either of us get one and we just start laughing. It's really built it up.
This is not the Muppet I would have thought for this one, but it's so good.
Okay, alright.
Would you survive on a deserted island with this Muppet?
Whoa.
Wow. I love Fozzie. I think we've made it very clear. I don't know if there's a worse Muppet to get stuck on a deserted island with. Only because what is his skill set to, like, he's gonna...
Yeah, that's true. I feel like, either that
He's
or...
a bear. I mean, technically, he
True.
is a bear.
He's gotta have some instincts.
Gotta have some survival instincts.
Yeah, that, like, come out. Either that or, like, it gets to, like, a sad point where it's, like, 2 weeks into being deserted and you just see a broken-spirited Fozzie. And you're like, I'd rather see you, like, all happy and annoying me with jokes.
There are a few things that like that like bring me instant sadness. I think the saddest song you will ever hear is, or one of the saddest at least, certainly my saddest is, I'm a big Saturday Night Live fan, and the song that they play at the end of Saturday Night Live is just such a melancholy, like sad song to me because it's the end of the episode.
I wasn't expecting that.
It's
For
a
some
little out of
reason,
left
like,
field.
Sarah McLachlan was playing in
Oh,
my
sure,
mind.
that's
that
another
you were
one.
gonna say or something.
Big fan, love Sarah McLachlan, but that song will bring you to tears. Yes, a couple of her songs will.
Yeah.
With him, the idea of him being broken, I don't think I've ever thought of that. That just broke my heart when I heard when you said it. Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I do think that he could get on your nerves maybe a little bit. Like, I could see that
Absolutely. I'd be like, Fozzie, read the island. Like, it's not the time.
It's not. It's just not. There's not a time for bad jokes.
I do think that in a way, like, he could help lighten a mood. And I think if you really asked him, you're like, Fozzie, we really need to start collecting, like, twigs and firewood and stuff, and we really need to build shelter. Like, dig into your roots. We need to build this. I think when it comes to it, he'd be like, okay, boss, I will do that for you.
Fozzie's shown that he can take direction, shown that he can get things done. So yeah, I agree. I think that at the end of the day, you'd have that. I do think that you'd have to get through some bad jokes to get there.
I was about to say, you will be subject to all of his stand-up shows.
Yes. Oh,
you will be his sole audience.
And you're gonna have to check out I'm working on this new bit, and so you're gonna have to.
And they're all like deserted island themed jokes.
As somebody who lived with a stand-up comedian for a while, I will tell you,
Really?
you're gonna be hearing like you don't get the finished product. You're hearing these jokes. Wait, I got another one I'm trying. Okay. It's just. Yeah, that'd be an interesting time.
That or like when a comedian is in a new town and like the first part of their stand-up routine is like, oh, I saw this guy on the street today, and it would always be you.
Yes.
You're like, oh, I saw this guy on the beach today, and
he was doing this thing. Fozzie, I'm right. Who do you think you're talking about? It's me. I like that.
Oh my goodness.
What a great one.
Wow. Yeah. I know. I don't want it to end because we need another hat.
We do. Let me just over here. I will say that I think that there's going to be a lot of iconic ones that we've had, and there's already been a couple of big names that we've had with Animal and Gonzo, and that.
Yeah.
We even did the Muppet movie, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
This one, and Fozzie in particular, I think has stood out in part because of something that we were talking about earlier. And he hasn't really had that central moment necessarily. He hasn't really had that moment where it's him and the sun
Not
and
that I
everything.
can think of.
And I
Yeah.
think that is part of his. That's also a part of his character. There's this rootiness that we do for him.
Yeah.
We want to laugh at his jokes.
Mhm.
We want to find him funny. We know that his character isn't really built that way.
Yeah.
So we know we're probably going into a lame joke or something like that.
Mhm.
Even though in the other half of it, we know the ending, and we're still hoping for a different ending.
Yeah.
That's pretty inspirational, pretty cool.
Yeah. I think he's most funny when he's not making a joke.
Yes.
When he's just talking.
Yes.
That's like when he does crack me up with his puns and stuff because I'm just a pun lover.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's most funny when he's just like talking and stuff.
And actually, I had never thought of this part either, but I think Fozzie is integral to growing up for a lot of people because most of us thought I wasn't born with a funny bone. I was not born with a funny bone. You know that. And it takes a while to find your funny bone. It takes a while to find what is funny and everything. And he makes, like so many of the Muppets, if not every Muppet, make it okay to be unique, make it okay to be weird, make it okay to be different. The most normal person you know had some awkward moments growing up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the Muppets, in many ways, make it okay to be awkward, make it okay to be...
Yeah.
The Muppets make it okay to be human.
Aww.
It's
I
weird,
like
but they
that.
do.
Yeah.
They do. It's interesting.
That's great.
That's a great
Aw.
one. That's a great one.
Thank you, Fozzie.
Thank you, Fozzie.
And thank you, everybody, for listening and watching.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we super appreciate it. And if you want to follow us on Instagram and YouTube at What the Muppet Pod, you can check out some little jokes and things like that, snippets from the show, and just stay up to date on what we have going on.
Like and subscribe to the YouTube page, wherever you get your podcast. Hit that, alert button and everything so you can know that it's Monday. Time is a flat circle.
Just in case,
Everything bleeds
yeah. In any case, thank you so much, and we'll catch you next episode.
together. Thanks, everybody.